Hi, Teresa. Thank you so much for being here with me today,
Thank you,
live
Khoa.
on Facebook.
I'm excited to be here today.
Yes, I welcome you to join me today to share with the community about you and your work and how you contribute and motivate, influence everybody. So, Teresa, can you briefly share with us about a little bit about you and your work, please?
Yes, absolutely. So, again, my name is Teresa, and I'm the founder of Awaken and Rise Life Coaching. And my passion is guiding people to live their best life and find the greatness within them that they didn't know existed. One of the coaching principles is that you have the ability to determine and achieve your goals. So really what that means and why I say that to awaken that inner greatness that you have is that each one of us actually knows deep down inside what we really want. We just, it's kind of buried because of so many other things. So life kind of gets in the way.
Yes.
Our belief systems get in the way. And when I say belief systems, one of them, some examples are I'm not good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or, it keeps going. The list can go on there. And then I think the other thing that kind of other priorities get in the way, and we don't make that, that thing that really lights us up. We kind of push it to the side and don't focus on it. And we kind of forget about it is basically the way I look at that. And the reason why this has kind of been a passion for me, or something that's kind of what I like to do now, is for the longest time I actually worked in the corporate environment. I worked for 15 years for one of the big FIs. And as much as I, loved where I worked, and as much as I loved what I was doing, there was something inside of me that knew that this isn't what I wanted to, like there was something else out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept putting it aside. It was kind of one of those things that I kind of did everything else, but figure out what is that thing that kind of lights me up. And then it got to the point where I couldn't deny it anymore. It was kind of, I needed to figure out what that was, because to be honest, as much as everything was perfect at work, I wasn't happy. So I needed to focus and look within and find out what that was. And I realized what really lights me up is actually helping others and guiding others to find their greatness and to find what lights them up. So that's kind of how I got to where I am today as a life coach.
That's wonderful. Yes, I'm very grateful to have know you, and since how much you have, just by simply talking to you, whether formally or informally, you have influenced me a lot, and really like in a positive way that you have me guide the way I see the world, and you just have me reframe everything in a positive way, and that's why I would love to bring you on today to share with everybody. What you have influenced me. Yeah. So, Teresa, during this kind of challenging time, do you have any suggestion or recommendation for us to stay positive during this time?
Yes, absolutely. But before I even get into that, I just want to say that I know that during this time, there's actually no rule book or manual of how to guide through, this time, this pandemic. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. I think I kind of want to start with that. It's okay to have emotions. Each one of us is dealing with so many different things within our own household, different circumstances. So wherever you are, just trust that it's okay to be there. Like you need to feel those feelings. I think that's where I want to start. But some things to kind of help with to stay positive. A lot of these things you've probably heard more than once, but the reason why you've heard it more than once is because they actually work. So number one, I think the biggest thing right now is to really eliminate the media. Not saying that you don't need to stay informed, but you need to be able to, my rule of thumb is only check in once a day. If you can, even every other day. I know that's not normal, that, you know, that's not something everyone can do, so that's fine. But I think once a day is enough for you to kind of figure out what's going on and then kind of move on.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, the second one to me is get fresh air. So whatever that looks like, whether it be you don't feel comfortable going outside, if you have a window, open your window, get some fresh air. That air can totally change your mood. If you can get out, absolutely get outside and just breathe in that air, because it's really important to kind of shift your mood. And then along the lines of that is move your body. However you can move your body, move it. So if it means that you're walking around your house a couple times, going up and down the stairs, do it. If it means, you know, there's so many online free resources right now. So there's, you know, your yoga, there's a little bit of everything, right? So there's, if you don't have weights at home, there's online resources of exercises you can do without weights or with weights or whatever that looks like. But move your body, whatever that looks like.
Yes, definitely,
Yeah. And then another one is nourish your body. And when I say nourish your body, I mean nourish it with whole foods. So fruits and vegetables, and get plenty of water. Because believe it or not, your fruits and vegetables actually make you happy. So eat as much fruits and vegetables as you can. Try to eliminate as much as the sugars and the fatty foods, because it really, those things there can actually make you, you know, you clouded, bring up more emotions. Believe it or not, even though those are the things we want to go to give us comfort, they're actually the things that cause more of the sadness, more of the stress. So that's a big one. And then another one is do something creative. I know that we all have a little bit more time, not saying, I know a lot of us are working from home, but you know, you're not commuting back and forth. So do something creative. And when I say that, one of them is, could be painting. Another one could be, I don't know, maybe you have an instrument that you need to dust off. Go dust it off and learn how to play that instrument. Dance. That's my favorite, is dance it off. Have a little dance off. Whenever you're feeling a little bit down, it can completely shift your mood. You know, if you are someone who likes to knit, get into knitting. Like, spend some more time doing that. Like, dust off those needles and start knitting. So like I said, dancing is a big one for me. Singing is another one. You can start singing. Maybe that's something that you've always wanted to do. But I really find that, you know, actually this past weekend, my husband and I and my son, we actually painted. And I realized, wow, like, this is something I need to incorporate more often, because it completely is it's so therapeutic. Trust me, we are no painters. We are not artistic by any means. But can I tell you that it doesn't matter what you paint, but just putting it out, just being able to spend that time, just not focusing on anything else, can really, really nourish your soul. So that's just a tidbit for me. Maybe you guys can all go and get some paint. And then another one is, I think it's an important time to stay connected, because I think right now, more than ever, all of us really want that connection, or missing that connection. So if you can, call someone. If you can get on video chat, get on video chat. But if there is a day that you're feeling that sadness and you're feeling like, I'm just not okay today, reach out to someone that you know is positive. I'm not saying don't reach out to the other people regularly, but specifically when you need to, like, nourish yourself that day, reach out to someone that's going to bring your positivity up. So that's just something to consider. And then a couple more. I promise I'm almost done. And then another one is, to me, which is really big, and I know we bring it up a lot, but it's brought up a lot, not me, but it's brought up a lot, is write in a journal. And I know that it sounds kind of silly, but really, whatever you're thinking, just spend 5 minutes to just write it down. It could be like, right now, whatever it is, today, right now, I can't believe I'm doing this, whatever. Like, just put all those thoughts on paper. That can really just make room for, like, calmness within your mind. Because right now it could be feeling a little bit just out of sorts with everything that's going on.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
And then a big game changer for me is a gratitude journal. So aside from the journal, it's writing 5 things that I'm grateful for every day. And those 5 things are something that I'm grateful for that's happened within the last 24 hours. So that I get really specific. So it could be like yesterday, I'm really grateful for being able to spend time on the couch with my son. That's something that, means a lot to me. So that was something that I put in my journal this morning. So it's a great way to start your day, to have those great things that, change your mindset to focus on those positive things that are in your life.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I will definitely apply that.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
then
have it on my head, but then now it's really nice that you say put it down on the note. Yeah.
Yeah, putting it down on paper, it almost kind of brings it to life, and it stays longer. That's what I feel. Obviously, you can whatever works for you, but I feel that writing it down, it stays longer and it's like with you longer. That's just how I feel.
Yes. Thank you for that tip.
And then the last one that I have right now is find the joy, which I think Khoa, this is something that you're really good at. I know that I've seen some of your posts of just find the joy. What are the things that bring joy to you? And it could be such simple things. It could be, during this time being able to all eat dinner together as a family, if you have a family, or maybe it's just, cooking up, being able to have the ability to cook now that you're at home and trying new recipes. Whatever that is, just really focus on those. Like spend some time each day focusing on those things that bring you joy and try to incorporate those as much as possible.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yes, what we as a family we do is every day, even simple thing like I try to capture on the video, even us lying down on the grass in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's just simple joy like that. It really kind of brighten my day when I look back at the photo.
Yes, absolutely. It can totally shift your mood, right? So it's really about just focusing on those moments, because those are the things that it's the little moments that really, can really nourish our soul the way I put it.
Yes. So from what I hear so far, based on all the tips that you share, personally for myself, I will definitely put into practice is note it down into the journal, because so far I have it every morning. I do have the habit of just saying in my head, even when I'm still in bed, those things that I'm grateful for, that I have gratitude for. But right now, my next step after listening to what you just mentioned, I will start putting down on my journal, on my note.
Awesome.
Yes, so that's what I will be doing for sure. For us as a family, we do, and the funny thing is that it just basically start from the kid. I learned how to knit and crochet from my son.
Really? That's amazing.
And they go to Vive Dance Studio
Okay.
in Thornhill. So we do have a video from the teacher sending out to us on a regular basis. So we open those dance video and then we just copy. So I basically learned all the move from my boys.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. So
That's so
those
awesome.
things that we will do more often and purposeful now, not just randomly. So yes, that one I will put into practice.
Awesome. And like I said, you don't have to do all of these. Even if you pick 3 of like what I mentioned today, you'll start to notice a difference within your day. If you start to actually intentionally include them each day, you'll start by the end of the week. By the end of the week, you'll already see a difference, and then over the span of time, you'll notice a difference too.
Yes, yeah. So and also as part of the Mind Circle Network, I was included in the group by Monica Gibbs, a fitness coach that I have honored to interview the other day. So she invite us into a group where we have fun as a family at home, like homeschooling plus the staying active. So we start today this morning turning on the program. It's called Double Time, where you can do with your kid, bouncing the ball, squat and bouncing the ball. So yes, it was really fun today, this morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yeah. So it's those things, like you say, I totally agree that you slowly incorporate one per, like or 2 per day. It really transform our life, and I'm grateful for this precious time that we have in our hand. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So thank you so much, Teresa. I
You're
noted
welcome.
down all the tip here and definitely will put into practice.
Okay.
Yes. So for those, of course, some of us have been practicing this and some not. But for those who have challenging or coping to kind of being home, and I know most of us have to both work and homeschooling the kid at the same time. So
Yeah.
any tip for us for those who facing this challenging time
Yes.
to
Absolutely.
get over?
I think the biggest thing is that we need to give ourselves grace. I think that there's no perfect situation. And I think that before this all happened, I think a lot of us tried to show, especially within our work,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't mix work with family life. And
Yeah.
now we kind of have to
Yes.
do that. We've been forced to do that. And it's really hard
Yeah.
for us to kind of show that side, like it's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I'm going to bring this up because it was kind of funny. I watched your video yesterday and I know that your son popped in and I thought it was really cute, but that's reality. I think that's happening. That, I have girlfriends right now, their kids are, they're working from home and their kids are popping into their videos too, but that's life. Like you're trying to navigate, you know, being whatever, working and also being a parent at the same time. So I think the biggest thing right now is we need to give ourselves grace, and it's okay that it's not
Mm-hmm.
perfect. I think that's the biggest thing, because it actually makes it perfect, that we're just
Yeah.
showing we're being vulnerable and showing who we really are at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is
Yes.
number one.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing is, if you are at home with family and kind of whoever that family is, or your children, or whoever else is in there with you, you're kind of, you don't really have that, like, there's nowhere to run in a way, right? You're kind of stuck there. So I
Yeah.
think it's creating some sort of boundaries, I think, is number one, is kind of
Mm-hmm.
like have some sort of schedule that works. So if there is, parents, you guys need to, like, everyone needs to kind of work with each other to figure out what works. Like, what's the schedule going to look like? How
Mm-hmm.
can we work together, especially if we're working from home, both of us? Who's going to take on one task? Who's going to take on the other?
Yeah.
If their kids a bit older, they can also help, right? Get everyone
Yeah.
involved. That's also a life skill for them to learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about math. Life skills are truly important.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great opportunity to get your kids involved if they're older. Um,
Yeah.
and then I think the other one to me that is really big is we all need our own time. We need me time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
we need to find a way to carve out that time. And I know not for everyone, that it's not easy for everyone. Everyone has whatever situation they're in. But even 5 minutes, even if it means that you get 5 minutes to go outside, and even if you have to lock yourself in your car, whatever that looks like, listen to music, meditate, have 5 minutes to yourself. It's really important
Mm-hmm.
to get that time. So I think that's my biggest thing, because when we are able to take care of ourselves first, we're then able to take care of everyone else around us.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if that doesn't work because maybe you're a single parent and you can't leave for 5 minutes, then maybe wake up a bit earlier
Mm-hmm.
and, have that time to yourself before your kids get up, or at the end of the day when they go to bed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's very important.
Yes, to recharge, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So I totally love the idea when you mentioned, like, you know what, it's okay not to be perfect,
Hmm.
and it's okay that basically, especially I feel like as a mom, we have a lot of guilt, like when normally sometimes when I work, I have the guilt of, oh, I'm not able to spend time with my kid, and when I'm spend time with my kid, I say, oh my god, there's a lot of to-do lists.
Yes,
So
I hear you.
I slowly learn how to, just we all struggling here, but we enough, right?
Yeah.
So and it's okay not to be perfect, because I feel like with the social media, we tend to put up the best of us
Hmm.
online,
Yes.
but I feel like sometimes it's okay to share a little bit of, the background, the this is that we're experiencing, and it's okay not to be perfect. And I think a lot of people would be on the same boat like us, So and we can understand and support each other more when we
Yes.
share authentically. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's the biggest thing. I think that everyone actually wants to see that. I think it's, seeing that side of like that vulnerable side of that person makes them human. I think it humanizes us, right? So I
Yes.
think it's okay to be human.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, and we all like human. We have like the certain limit and capacity. So and but then it's beautiful to be among a community like having you and surround myself with a lot of people who are very motivated and influencing and willing to help other people, and
yeah.
that's really a big advantage and positivity for me myself. Just to every time I'm stuck at something, I tend to reach out and see like how is other people doing. And when I feel like, oh, they give me a lot of tip, even simply when I see your post yesterday in the car with your son, just taking a day off from work, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's okay to just work maybe an hour or two yesterday and put away everything and spend time with the kids. So that's what I did after I see your photo with your son, and I told myself, it's okay to just work quickly for like an hour or two and then put aside everything and spend the rest of the day with the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
important. It's important for us to take that time.
yes. So yeah. And so any last tip or any message for everybody who watching us on this video that you would love to share?
Yeah, I think that right now, I think everyone should just focus and look within and really find the peace within. I think that's the most important thing that I want to kind of leave you all with is that once you focus within, then you're able to be there and deal with everything outside and what's going on. Because all we can control is ourselves. We can't control what's happening outside of our four walls, but we can control how we deal with it and our emotions. So if we can nourish ourselves and truly take care of ourselves, we can then properly deal with everything that's going on. It won't be perfect, but it'll help to help us deal with it in the most powerful way that we can.
Yeah, that's a beautiful message. Like look inner.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Teresa. So for those who love to reach out to you for more detail or even like a coaching or just simply a conversation or talk, how could they do so, Teresa?
There's several ways. The best way to reach out to me though is my website, which is www.awakenandriselifecoaching.com. But also my email address is awakenandrisecoaching@gmail.com. You can also reach out to me on Facebook, and if you just search up Teresa Life Coach, it'll take you to my life coaching page. And also on Instagram, my handle is awaken_and_rise coach _coach. Yeah. So
yes, so
there's several ways to reach out.
Okay, so I put it up here
Okay.
for everybody who would love to reach out to you.
Perfect.
So those are the Teresa contact information for those who love to reach out to Teresa directly after this session.
Thanks, Khoa.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Thank you very much for having me. And I hope that this was helpful for everyone, and hopefully it resonates with the people that are listening.
Yes, definitely. I know personally for myself, the next step, I will for sure. That's the takeaway from this conversation is for me to for sure note it down on the journal what I'm grateful for, or what I at least 5 things during the day that I'm grateful for, and also dance more with the kid.
Yes, dance more.
Or knit or crochet.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Wish
Thank you,
you and your family safe and well. Be well, Teresa. I talk to you again soon.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day.
You too.